Olá, meus amigos, hoje nós estamos aqui na cobertura da Bienal do Livro da cidade de São Paulo, a 26ª edição, e através da editora Intrínseca nós estamos tendo o prazer de conhecer e estarmos entrevistando a autora Xiran Jay Zhao, que vai conversar um pouco conosco a respeito do lançamento Viúva de Ferro, que é um verdadeiro sucesso, não só no Brasil, como no mundo inteiro. Xiran, is it your first time in Brazil?
Yes, it is, and I'm loving it. I'm so sad that I have to go home so early.
Oh, okay. What's your expectation to meet Brazilian fans?
Okay, so I already knew that Brazilian fans were very enthusiastic because they are very much so on Twitter, and they did meet my expectations. They were very, very enthusiastic and passionate, and I was so happy to see that.
Could you give us a short review about your newest book, Iron Widow?
Iron Widow. So, Iron Widow is a sci-fi reimagining of China's only female emperor, Wu Zetian, and it is about a world that is besieged by these like giant mecha aliens, and to fight back, humanity has to use these giant robots. So it's kind of like the movie Pacific Rim, except the robots are piloted in boy-girl pairs, and the girl pilots are disproportionately killed during battle than the boy pilots. And so girl pilots are seen as disposable concubines, while the boy pilots become celebrities. While the protagonist Zetian is not very happy with this, and after her older sister dies as one of these concubine pilots, she volunteers herself as a concubine as well in order to assassinate the male pilot responsible for her sister's death. And then it doesn't really go quite as she was planning, and so that is the book.
What inspired you to write Iron Widow?
So my direct inspiration is actually the anime Darling in the Franxx, which I was really loving for the first 13 episodes, and then it didn't quite go as I had hoped. And while I was ranting about what I had wished it had done differently to a friend, it became so different that I was like, you know what? I'm going to write my own story based on this, and I'm going to incorporate Chinese myth.
Sharon, through the history, we perceive very strong characters. Can you talk about a little about each?
So the protagonist Zetian is a reimagining of Wu Zetian, the only female emperor. So she was definitely very strong, and in history she was very ruthless, and she did whatever she could for power. But she was also a very good administrator. So the people loved her, and it was her officials that were terrified of her, which I think is good because government officials should be scared and should be scared into doing their jobs properly.
Okay. Could you tell more about your incredible work at your YouTube channel?
Oh man, so my YouTube channel was a complete accident. It started when the Mulan live action movie came out in 2020, and I saw it and I was very mad about it. I had so much that I wasn't happy with that I made a whole video. It was like 34 minutes, and then I made a YouTube channel just to upload that video, and for some reason the video went viral. It has like over 3 million views now, and it's like watched by people all over the world. When I was meeting Brazilian fans, so many of them told me, oh, I've been following you since the Mulan video, which just blew my mind that like people in Brazil are interested in that. And yeah, and then afterwards, I got so many subscribers from that video. I think it was like 80,000. That I couldn't give up the platform. So I kept making videos about like Chinese history, Chinese myth, and my opinion on like American-made movies about Chinese culture, because Hollywood sometimes like messes cultures up. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
São com essas palavras da escritora Xiran Jay Zhao que nós vamos ficando por aqui, mas fiquem ligados porque lá no site da SP Acontece vocês terão a cobertura completa do evento. Até lá!